What is up, guys? It is the Bluebloods here, back with a special episode, man. This is the second time this week we had to come with a bonus episode. And if I'm recording on Friday afternoon, it's got to be for something big. And Sheduer Sanders gave me just the reason to stream, to give y'all a video, and it's how big has he painted that target on Jackson State's back if it already wasn't the largest target in the SWAC. I mean, in case you guys don't know what happened, man, here is the video of Sheduer Sanders. Shout out to HBCU Game Day for the video, man. Check them out on YouTube and Twitter. I'm going to link both their Twitter, their Instagram, and their YouTube video in the video bio. But shout out to them for the video, man. But this is what Sheduer had to say about competing against his defense compared to other SWAC teams during the season.
Do you feel like a successful day against the defense in practice equates to a win that week no matter who you're playing?
It equates to a blowout. You gotta understand, y'all don't really understand, like, it's players that have different caliber of talent that all came to JSU. So it's like, when you compare us to a regular SWAC team, a different SWAC team, the best, like, you understand, we didn't come here because we had to. We came here because we chose to. It's a difference.
What? Listen, I get it. Okay, and so I want to start by two positives first, and then we'll kind of get into the video. Sonic Boom C98 made a good point on Twitter. Jackson State deserves credit. Sheduer, Dion, everyone who was there deserves credit because the Jackson State party or representatives went to each representative table of the other SWAC teams and did their thing. And I even think Ezra Gray got thanked for writing the note to Dion and everything. That's all great. I love all that. No problem here. And Sonic Boom C98 said that wasn't getting enough coverage, and so we're going to give it coverage here. That did happen. I will try to find the video of him talking to Ezra Gray. I think that's out there on Twitter. I'll try to find that video and maybe put it in here. But that's all great. And I like that he's confident. I do love the confidence. I love the swagger he has, and it goes a long way at the quarterback position. I mean, you look at the most successful college football quarterbacks in recent memory with Joe Burrow, exude like an exorbitant amount of confidence. You look at Cam Newton, you look at Johnny Manziel, like you look at all these people, and they ooze confidence, and I love it. I get it, but man, the way you could take these comments is not the best, and you just like. Jackson State already had the biggest target painted on their back in the SWAC. And it was due to Dion. It was due to all the talk already. It was due to the rest of the SWAC feeling disrespected. The rest of the SWAC thinking they're already crowned champions. Whatever you want to say. But now you've painted it like 3 times over, made it glow in the dark, and like branded it on your back. And it's just, we are the best in the SWAC, and you're just going to get blown out. Like the fact that he said, having a good performance against the defense in practice equates to blowing out a SWAC team because the players at Jackson State chose to be there while the rest of the players just had to be there. So, I mean, listen, and I'm not even making a crazy extrapolation. I'm not putting words into Sheduer's mouth. What that means is that in his mind, the Jackson State players had offers elsewhere. And what he means by that is they had FBS offers or high-level FCS offers or something like that. Like this, and the way he said it made it seem like nobody else in the SWAC had any offers coming out, and like they're just relegated to the SWAC because they can't play. That's what he said. And listen, I know the comments are coming. That's not what he meant. It's exactly what he meant, and you can't tell me otherwise. And it's fine if you think that. That's fine if that's the message behind closed doors. But what that's going to do is, man, if you were already going to get everyone's best shot, you're going to get everybody's best shot and just a little bit more. You don't think Marquise Bell for FAMU is going to be coming on a blitz and might hit you a little bit late? You don't think Jordan Lewis is going to come around that end and maybe put you in the ground a little bit harder? Yeah, like what you've done is just light a fire on everyone. And like, I don't even like the phrase bulletin board material. This is billboard material. This is the kind of stuff that in every TV and every facility across the SWAC, they're going to have this playing on repeat for the next however many months the season are, the next 4 or 5 months. And every day, if I'm a coach in the SWAC, I'm playing this clip before practice, especially the week of the Jackson State game. I'm saying, see what he thinks of you. This kid ain't played a single snap of football in this conference and said, y'all are all bums. And I don't want to see the comments saying, he didn't say they're bums. He said they're worse than the players on Jackson State, and the players on Jackson State haven't proved a thing in the SWAC. Not a thing. And I get it. Nugget, best player in the SWAC, that could be debated, but that's the general consensus. This is a lot of talk for a team that had 2 All-Americans picked in the SWAC. Keontae Hampton and Miller, the 2 linebackers, were the only 2 All-Americans picked. And you're saying everybody else in the conference just can't live up. Listen, you know what Akil Glass is probably thinking right now? Yeah, my only choice, me being relegated to the SWAC was me putting 7 tubs on your head, giving you a 70-piece McNugget on your head as y'all didn't know how to stop me. It's Southern saying, we ran the ball straight down your throat and you couldn't do a single thing about it. Where else you want to go with it? It's Ezra Gray saying, I ran down your throat and y'all knew I was running the football and y'all couldn't stop me. If I'm a SWAC player, I'd take this as disrespect, but as media, it's fine. It's all talk, and that's great. And I'm not saying Sheduer's a bad player. I'm not saying he's a bad person. I'm not saying anything like that. So please leave those comments out the comment section because it's not true. And, I haven't even made my SWAC predictions yet because we have a huge live show planned for that, and that's coming. But all I'm saying is, man, if the target wasn't already big enough, if the target wasn't already there, you made it neon, glow in the dark, and you put it on a billboard, and you can't go away. I mean, it is absolutely outrageous that this got put on camera. And like, if you're Dion, yes, you're confident, but I don't know if y'all knew this. Dion's a NFL Hall of Famer and was talking as he was the best corner in the NFL. Sheduer hasn't taken a snap of football. And, I hate this narrative that, Scotty with All Script, Cut Day, tomorrow, Coach with Tomorrow's Leaders, CFL, all of us have been sitting here trying to promote how competitive the SWAC's going to be, how great the talent in the SWAC is. And you got comments like this from players in the SWAC that haven't even played a down, saying that just beating the practice squad equates to blowing you out and you guys had no other choice but to be in the SWAC. Like, the tone of it and the underlining meaning of it is kind of what gets me. It comes off as very, very – it's a bad look for the SWAC because pretty much this kid that just came in, 18, 19 years old, whatever he has said, y'all are garbage. And I don't even have to play a down to know it. And, on the flip side of that, all this talk, so we had an episode about it, Scotty had an episode about it, everything like that. Everyone keeps fighting us on this idea that this is not a do or die year for Deion Sanders. This isn't a win, or this isn't the pressure isn't there to win it all. Now the pressure's there to win it all. If you are talking like this on camera without taking a snap, you better outplay every other quarterback in the SWAC, and Jackson State better go undefeated in the SWAC. That's it. There is no other option after what you just put on wax. You said a good day in practice equals a blowout. I need to see some blowouts. Week 1, FAMU, you better beat them by 20. If you lose week 1, we are pulling up the clip and you're going to have to apologize to FAMU. And every loss you have, that, those defenders, when they go out there to shake your hand at midfield, are going to say, oh, so we garbage now? Was that a blowout? And God forbid you get blown out. Listen, you have to have confidence, but it's also the way you say it. It's also when you let it come out of you. And I think I don't want to say he took it too far, because it is probably how he actually feels. But, man, for a team that hasn't proved a single thing in the SWAC, that's tough. For a coaching staff that hasn't proved a single thing in the SWAC, that's tough. There's like a majority of players on that roster that haven't played in the SWAC. That's a tough take. And, I'm not going to – because, listen, I've heard everything, and, it being part of the sports media world, I'm never going to beat down a kid or anything. We're going to keep it strictly football, and that's what we've been trying to do here. So I'm not going to condemn Sheduer Sanders or anything like that. But, man, that's a tough take. I'm not going to lie to y'all. That is a very tough take. And now Jackson State is going to have to back it up on the field. They are going to have to win the SWAC this year, or Sheduer, in this quote, is going to look absolutely outrageous. Just being honest with you guys, it has to happen, or all this was for nothing. And, I think a lot of people who get mad at me about saying that this is a do or die year or a must win year, they're getting it confused with Dion being on the hot seat. That's a totally different thing. What I'm saying is you've built the expectations so high, like you've built your players up, you've built the hype, where if you don't win, it's a letdown. It's not that you're going to be fired or you're on the hot seat or anything like that. It's just the expectations for the season are so high that it'd be a letdown. It'd be just like if this year Nick Saban went 9-3. Nobody's firing Nick Saban. No one's saying he has to be let go, but they're like, dang, man, what happened? Like, how did you go 9-3? Like, you had this this awesome team. Like, this season was a letdown. This was a bad season. Y'all underperformed. That's kind of where I am with Jackson State. Like, you're going to have to win the SWAC. Or at minimum, listen, this is at minimum. If you don't win your division, it is no more than a C minus year. No more. Like, you have to win your division at least. If you finish behind FAMU, if you finish behind Alabama A&M, like it doesn't, like, you are going to have, you are going to absolutely have to win your division. Like, that's it. There's no other option. And Dion, like, the pressure is on this team, man. And I'm very, very interested to see how it turns out. And listen, if they go out there and back it up, that is amazing. And shout out to them. And it's awesome that, they were that confident and they went out and backed it up. But until you win, until you actually prove it on the field, man, I got a tough time hearing you talk like this. And I really think it did more harm than good to say that the other players had to be there. They didn't have like a choice. Like, that came off very, very negative, man. And I don't think that's true. And I think there's a lot of talented players in the SWAC that are better than Sheduer Sanders right now that are going to take offense to that. And listen, they're going to have to get him a Dennis Rodman on this team. And what I mean by that, and I talked to Scotty on the phone before I recorded, they're going to have to get him like a Dennis Rodman type to defend him. Because if I'm a coach, that first play, I'm like, bro, take that 15 yards, clock him one good time when he lets that ball out. And that we see it happen all the time. Like Zach Wilson for BYU talking before the Coastal Carolina game. Y'all go look up what happened to Zach Wilson before halftime when they started that brawl. They were whooping him down the field on a Hail Mary. They caught him blindsided, helmet knocked off, were killing this kid on the field. That's what I'm mostly worried about with Sheduer Sanders, because now you just didn't say, oh, we're great, we're Jackson State, we're going to go win the SWAC. You also brought everyone down and you insulted how good they were. This could go so south. And when your quarterback paints his target not on your team but just himself now, and you don't have a really good backup. You lost Quincy Casey to your rival, Alabama A&M, or one of your rivals. I don't want to get called out because I know that's not the official rival, but that's going to be one of your biggest competitions this upcoming year. And in the future, you lost him to Alabama A&M, a conference divisional foe. Let's call it that. Man, what happens if Sheduer goes down now because someone takes a cheap shot on him? And that happens at every level, man. That happens in the Power Five. That happens like everywhere, especially when you insult everyone like this. And I love what Scotty says. Scotty was like, man, them FAMU boys, some Florida boys are built different, and they're going to be coming for him. And it's going to be interesting to see how the rest of the SWAC reacts to this. I know on Twitter some people are already kind of taking note of it. But, man, Jackson State's going to have to come prepared, guys. Jackson State's going to have to live up to the hype. And so, I wanted to do a live stream. My girl's family's in town, so I wasn't even supposed to record tonight, but I had to come at least deliver y'all episode, man. So I appreciate the support, man. Make sure to subscribe now. We got some awesome interviews this week that y'all can go check out while y'all are on our channel too, man. Eric Barrier, FCS Player of the Year, Big Sky Player of the Year, Eastern Washington quarterbacks. His interview was dropped today, man. I was so excited to have him on. Go check it out. We got Demetrius Taylor from Appalachian State. We got so many interviews. And if you're an Alabama A&M fan too, then, man, we got Akil Glass. We got Spencer Perry, all of those guys. And, guys, we're gonna address this next week too. Our SWAC preview is coming in, I believe, a week or two. I'll announce the exact date when that happens. But guys, y'all have a great weekend, man. Man, Jackson State has made the SWACs. This comment has just added even more of an element of surprise for the SWAC. Alabama A&M, FAMU, Jackson State, Southern, Alcorn, all that is going to be so exciting to see, man. We appreciate y'all rocking with us, man. And y'all have a great weekend. I will see y'all Monday, man. We got another great interview dropping. We got DeJordan Strong, Coastal Carolina's interview dropping Monday. So check that out. But, guys, I'll see y'all next week. Have a great weekend. Your boy is out.